Hello, welcome to another episode of Musings. This time around, I'm going to be giving you a gist from my scan room. A couple of days ago, I had a patient. She came in for an abdominal scan, tummy scan. For those who don't know what abdominal, scan means. Okay, she came in and I started the scan. The first thing I saw was a long incisional scar, something on the tummy from top to bottom. I was like, what surgery did you do exactly? So she was trying to explain, the kind of surgery, and I got to understand that it was XLAP. We call it XLAP for short. It's actually exploratory laparotomy. She had that. In fact, she had three surgeries, fibroid operations. We call it myomectomy. Myoma, the other name, medical name for fibroid, and then myomectomy, removal of fibroids. So she had three fibroid sessions, fibroid removal, and then the last one was for exploratory laparotomy. So I just probed further, later, and then she told me, that they said it was intestinal obstruction. So meaning that there was something that was blocking the intestine. So she had to do the surgery. All the while, I actually, was a bit subtle, but she was giving out the information. And I keep telling people that, you see, patients are not they don't just come to the hospital just for you to prescribe drugs and that's all. Sometimes you actually need to converse with them, because it brings some sort of healing, to that patient. Anyway, so I went on, and when we were talking, she just started about her life, how she had about 7 IVFs, in vitro fertilization attempts. For those who do not know, basically, what that means is, when you bring out the egg from a woman, and then you bring out the sperm, from the man, and start the whole process outside of the body and grow, and then transfer back into the woman what you're able to grow. Okay, so 8-9 months time, it becomes a baby. The woman is pregnant. That's about the simplest way I can explain it. So she said she had failed attempts, about 6 failed attempts at IVF. I think it was the 7th attempt, that succeeded, and then she's been blessed with, 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I think she said she was without kids for like 16 years, and it was not palatable at all. She left the couch, and after we had done the scan and all that, she was still upstanding and giving us gist, and myself and my assistant in the scan room for like 15 minutes. I think that's about the longest I've had with any patient. she was just talking about the experiences that she's had. How her husband was very supportive of her, and that's why it's also very important for a woman to have a good man, you know, that side. She had an incident with her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law came to her during that period, and then she told her that she actually needed a permission to bring in another woman, for her son. That was a difficult one. Anyway, eventually the mother-in-law left, and then she told the husband about what transpired. Because the husband was crossed, and he now said, "Why would mommy do such a thing?" And then, okay, he now said he was going to tell the mom that he was the one with the problem. So the wife said, "Why would you do that?" No, just to shut her up, and so that she would stop disturbing you. The man said he was going to tell her that he was one. So eventually he did. The mom could not say anything again, afterwards. Coming back to this woman, she said she had actually been through a lot. And it's not easy, for a woman. 16 years without a child. Um, Many times she will go to gatherings, people will flaunt their baby bumps, talk about their children. They need to go and do this, they need to go for school runs, this one, that one. But she didn't have any at that time. It was not a funny experience at all. Um, just a little digression. You see, the way we handle things down south here, it's not the way it is in the north. I remember when I was in the north, I did my youth corps in the north, and I worked afterwards. You have very young ladies, getting pregnant and coming. So there was nothing like you hardly hear of fibroids in the north and all that. Many of them would just give birth at early ages. Yeah. Um, it's only when you come down south, of course, the women, the girls, the ladies, make sure they finish up their education before they even start to think about things like that. So, anyway, many dynamics actually to everything as regards the south. We live in different worlds. All right, back to my story. So the woman said she was invited, to a gathering by one of her friends. The friend happened to be a justice, uh, law justice, in Port Harcourt then. This woman happened to be a big woman. Happened to be a big woman. So anyway, she was invited. She went for the party, and then the usual talk. I have to do this. I have to my family, my children, my this. It wasn't funny. She got back home and she vowed not to be attending such events again. It was not a palatable experience, as she relayed. Um, she also told me one of the things she did. She had to go to the length of, going the traditional way. She went into one secluded area. I want to use the word forest because there was nothing like cell phone, There was no electricity in that area. It was just the man, was there, had like 4 wives. So she was receiving treatment for many months and she slept on a mat. The things women go through, just to have kids. It's not easy. It's only when someone tells you that you realize, what some women actually go through. She said she did that for some time and there was nothing coming forth. She had to leave. So that was when she came around again and then she did the IVF. There was a 7th attempt that was successful. And usually for IVF, the doctors don't just transfer one embryo. Sometimes they do 2 or 3, sometimes 4, depending on the situation. Eventually, she had a boy and a girl. Okay. The boy and the girl now they're like 16 years old, and they're in Canada. They're schooling. I just said, oh wow, madam, you should write a book about, what happened and all that. And I hope that your children know what their mom went through, to give birth to them and all. Why am I saying this? There are many women out there. They're going through a lot, in terms of fertility and all that, and not being able to know exactly what causes. Of course, we know that sometimes, it's partly the woman, it's partly the man, and then a couple of percentages unknown reasons. So when a woman cannot give birth, it's not entirely the fault of a woman, basically. The man too needs to check. And we know that usually women, we don't like to go for checks. Now just believe that it's my wife that is, well, the one with the fault. But the truth of the matter is that we've seen many guys who maybe they have azoospermia, they're not able to fertilize the egg of a woman. They're basically the ones with the fault. The women will come for scans and then they do what we call HSG. Just call it HSG. It's called the full name is hysterosalpingography. What will put a particular dye into the woman just to check the outline of the womb, the uterus, the fallopian tubes, and all that. So just for us to know that it's, the womb is good, the fallopian tubes are patent, things like that. And then the scan will check for things like fibroid, and just for us to know that everything is good, a woman. And then the woman too should run some tests as regards hormones in the body, just to know if there are abnormalities as regards that. So that's just by the way. I decided I was going to give you the gist from my scan room and from someone who actually had, the experience. For over 16 years, she was without a child, and how she was able to handle it. It was not an easy experience at all. I will be doing some videos and bringing up some videos, so I don't want you to miss the next couple of videos, because it's gonna be by from a specialist, an obstetrics and gynecologist, obstetrician and gynecologist. So you will be listening to it. I hope you've been able to get one or two things from the conversation here today. If you like it, please just give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. Turn on the notification bell icon so that you can be notified when I release a new video. Until I come your way next time, it's bye for now. Peace.